So we are already up and going. Promises to be one heck of a bout, folks. There you go, and Rose City quickly grabbing lead by Zip.
Falcon Punch working out the back of the pack.
The Falcon Punch doing some fancy maneuvers there, getting through that pack. Manages to complete the initial pass. Zip runs into that new Skids formation, quickly calls it off. Going to grab their 4 points. Beyond Thunder Dame, jamming for Rose City now. But it is New Skids who pick up lead. Gruesome Gracie jamming for New Skids. Let's pick up lead, gets recycled to the rear of the pack. Forced to call it off, but does manage to grab 2 points.
Quick reminder, make sure to visit XXL and the Gateway booth, the Gatekeepers. The tournament game shirt will not be available after this game, so make sure to visit XXL in that merch booth.
Beyond Thunder Dame, jamming once again for Rose City. That was against Chloe David. Like Thunder Dame picked up lead, but it was a jammer race. Thunder Dame wisely calls it off, holding both teams once again to no points. Rose City with a slight lead over Montreal, 16-2. Plenty of derby left in this first half. Chat says they can hear Ninja yelling at people. It's a sign of a good official. Lorna Much jamming for Rose City. It's Donata jamming for New Skids. Lorna Much is lead. Lorna Much calls it off for another low-scoring jam, but they did pick up 4 points from that one. So now 20, Rose City, Montreal 2.
We're seeing, I believe that's Bonnie Thunders jamming for Rose.
Falcon Punch jamming for New Skids. Bonnie picks up lead.
Falcon Punch through the pack pretty quickly.
Falcon Punch manages to fight their way through, but Bonnie Thunders grabs that 4 points and calls it off quickly.
Incredible strategy, and you're seeing that Montreal is not letting them score a lot of points.
They are not. They're holding them to fairly low. Of course, if you were watching last bout, we saw a lot of big double-digit jams from that bout. This one's staying relatively low. So some good defense there from New Skids. Zip jamming for Rose City.
We've got number 59, Chloe David, jamming for Montreal. Getting through on that inside line.
And Zip just weaves their way through that pack for a quick scoring run.
Monge giving some excellent defense for Chloe. Chloe takes off the helmet cover and just enough distraction get through that pack.
This little star stash for you.
And force that call off.
Zip coming in hot, picking up 2 points before calling it off. But a nice 10-point jam for Rose City. I think the first double-digit jam we've seen.
We've got Falindra jamming for Montreal.
And beyond Thunder Dame jamming for Rose. Picks up lead.
Unfortunately,
Oh, and
Falindra
receives a track cut. So a power jam now for Thunder Dame.
going to the Perry Mobile penalty box.
Now Rose City's pivot is in the box, so.
Unfortunately, we've got another jammer swap out. We'll have Falindra getting back on the track for Montreal.
Look, I have a forearm call assessed against Thunder Dame. That's going to release Falindra.
All right.
It's both jammers now back. Thunder Dame pushing hard against that new Skids defensive formation. Falindra leading out the Rose City blockers way out in front. The pack was stretched pretty thin.
Unfortunately, getting the draw back from Alcatraz.
Thunder Dame
Falindra
on
really
another
looking
scoring
for
pass.
that. Oh,
Now new Skids coming in there trying to offensive block, help out Falindra. Rose City reforms it to a tripod. Thunder Dame coming in from the inside. Thunder Dame's gonna reset and try this again. New Skid swarming up, trying to hold Thunder Dame back. Falindra is still driving that front line. And Biggie Smalls came in, hit that Rose City formation hard. I think maybe picked up a back block, I want to say, or a high block. So they're going to start, New Skids is going to start this off with a blocker and their jammer in the penalty box. So power start now for Rose City. I think those three New Skids blockers going to have their work cut out for them. An official timeout being called. All right, it looks like Falindra, after that hit, is going to go get checked out. They are okay. They are skating on their own power. They're going to go get checked out by medical, swap out a jammer to serve that time in the penalty box.
all righty. We are going to start this next jam with Lauren Much jamming for Rose City.
So Lauren Much quickly going to pick up lead for Rose. course, now on a power jam. And nice, just or much sails to the back, untouched.
We will get our jammer back for our Montreal crew here soon.
And she makes it make it look so easy, Lauren Much does. Donata coming in now, jamming for new Skids. A nice maneuver there on the outside of the track.
Just so much power as Donata's coming through the pack. Next week, we have a Rose player in our Paramobile penalty box. Hopefully, I'll open that up for Donata to come through.
Lauren Much getting recycled to the rear of the pack once again. Donata coming around. And Rose is going to call that one. Big scoring jam for Rose City.
Putting up another 15 points.
The Rose City finding their groove now, 59 to Montreal's 4.
All right, and we have a Falcon Punch through as the lead jammer for Montreal.
The Bonnie Thunder's on the track for Rose.
Getting some excellent offense from their
now
blocker.
This back is moving.
Through again.
Both jammers racing around the track.
Falcon Punch, yeah, on that outside edge like it was nothing. Getting another 4 for Montreal.
Now that was quite the jam. Montreal picking up 8 points. Rose City 4. Starting to pick up the pace a little bit here. Like zip on the jam line for Rose City. It was a gruesome Gracie for the new Skids.
We've got such excellent defense on the Montreal side at the front of that pack.
And Zip does pick up lead.
Doing the drawback on Zip.
But gets drawn way back.
Taking a pass. Excellent work from Montreal to shut down the points getting scored on that jam. Oh my God.
That was gorgeous play.
I'm just the drawback and then taking the pass.
Just
so
chef's kiss.
So good. All right, so for this jam, we have got
there we go.
number 59, Chloe David, back out there, getting lead jam for Montreal.
Beyond Thunderdame completes their initial pass, leaving some carnage in their wake.
We are through for a scoring pass. Chloe David putting up 4 for Montreal.
Chloe David hitting that Rose City formation in the rear of the pack. Thunderdame breaks free at the top.
I believe, was that a blocking out of play?
A low block, I want to say.
Low block call. Getting to our Paramobile penalty box. Also, want to mention we've got 2 great print packages from Create and Skate Factory up for grabs. Silent auction at the auction table. And another reminder that our shirts for this tournament will no longer be printed after this game, so make sure you pick up those shirts. We have this jam starting with Lauren Much jamming for Rose City, and I believe that is...
This is like Donata just skating for Montreal. Donata with star in hand, trying to drive those front two Rose City blockers forward.
Unfortunately, Lauren Much getting a...
That looks like a high block, possibly.
High block penalty, and so we're going to have a power jam for Montreal. Daynata letting the team know, hey, let's go up. I got this.
There's some big shots being exchanged there in the pack.
Oh, such beautiful work on that outside line. Unfortunately, that last line of defense fell out with Daynata, so Daynata was able to continue going.
Pack comes to the standstill as Donata is making another scoring run here for their power jam. But Lauren Much back on the track. Going to re-engage the pack. Lauren Much just some nice footwork there. Finds an open outside lane. Lauren Much is going to grab some points.
Getting a head block called on player 21. Heading to the Paramobile penalty box.
Some boat jammers just really attacking the pack.
Their offense just working so hard, trying to get them through at the front pack.
Donata. And almost escaped. Doesn't get a full 4 points.
A little bit of encouragement from the bench. Chloe David puts up another 4 points for Montreal, making that a 12-point jam.
Montreal starting to climb back now. 12 points on that jam, bringing them up to 31. Oh, an official review being called by the new Skids. So while we wait on that official review, I can take this time to remind you about the after party. The tournament after party tonight at Bar PM. Keep your wristband on if you want discounts on drinks. Now, if you don't want discounts on drinks, then you take it off. Leave it on if you want drink discounts. There is food provided. There is, of course, karaoke at 7 and the exclusive party room. That's at Bar PM after the tournament today.
We're just going to glaze over karaoke like that.
Well, I said it before. If there's one thing Derby people love more than Derby, it's karaoke.
Someone said earlier on the stream that they were going to come and sing both parts of Love Shack for us. So
Just all the parts?
All the parts. Thank you so much for mentioning that after party. And just one other reminder, XXL is making those tournament t-shirts over at the table at merch. I felt like I could articulate a little bit better this time, so I wanted to remind you yet again. And check out our merch table at Arch as well. We've got plenty of tournament t-shirts as well as new shirts for both leagues. And all of our visiting teams have merch at all their booths over there as well. Make sure that we clear those booths out for them so that they don't have to take it home in their suitcases.
So they are still discussing this review here. Zebra's in a huddle. We will see what they've come to here.
Well, while we're waiting, we will talk about our charity for this whole event has been Promo. Promo advances equality and protects human welfare and civil rights of LGBTQ persons in Missouri through education, advocacy, and collaboration. Promo's vision is to envision a Missouri where everyone has full equality in the hearts and minds of others and in all areas of the law, regardless of sexual orientation, gender identity, or gender.
Tongnicity in the chat says, SRD, my home team, Springfield Roller Derby. Decent derby team, great karaoke team, which is true.
We are
SRD doesn't win every bout, but we do win every after party.
I just got word that Montreal is not going to attain their official review. And we're going to keep moving on here. So we got Bonnie Thunders jamming for Rose City. And we have Falcon Punch out as lead for Montreal.
Well, Falcon Punch just came out of nowhere, it looked like, from where I'm sitting, to grab that lead.
I just want her speed so bad.
They are flying around that track. Of course, not to be outdone, Bonnie Thunders is also just racking up points for Rose City. So we have 11 minutes to go in this first half. Rose City sitting comfortably at 83, Montreal 37. Still a lot of derby left to go. And of course, the game after this, stick around, it will be the Aftershocks from San Diego versus the St. Louis's own Gatekeepers. That'll be at 4 p.m. So Chloe David jamming for New Skids grabs lead. Zip jamming for Rose City. Looks like Biggie Smalls grabs a forearm. Penalty will go to the per mobile penalty box, giving Rose City a slight pack advantage. And it looks like a Rose City blocker is also going to grab a penalty for a forearm. That's number 757, Morgan Levy.
Excellent call by Chloe David, putting Montreal with 3 more on the board, bringing Montreal up to 40.
We're back on. Looks like Falindra jamming for Montreal. Lauren Much jamming for Rose City. And Rose is going to grab lead. Uh-oh. And it looks like the New Skids jam are going to go to the penalty box. Power jam now for Rose City. That penalty box cannot stay empty.
The advantage is that Lauren Munch is going to want to get her blockers out of the box as well, so that allows Montreal to free up the box as well, giving them full blockers to help Falindra get through.
Both jammers getting through, grabbing points on that run. Rose City in the double digits this jam. I think it's going to be 12 points on that jam for Rose City and 4 for Montreal. So the score staying about a 50-point differential in the score, just holding fairly consistent in this whole bout. Bonnie Thunders now jamming for Rose City. And Montreal doing a good job holding Bonnie Thunders to the front of that pack. Gruesome Gracie jamming for New Skids. Getting some help for the Montreal blockers. Bonnie Thunders is lead.
Gruesome Gracie with the star back on, forcing the call off from Rose City. putting up 3 on the board that time. We have a user in the chat saying magnifique, and that is exactly how Montreal is doing at keeping Rose from scoring many points at all. And that is going to be our
Donata jamming from Montreal gets sent to the outside of the track there in turn 2.
Just going to shake off that hit and keep going.
Zip jamming for Rose City.
Just some solid offense. You see one Montreal player on every Rose player as Donata goes through the pack.
Both jammers now getting recycled way, way back to the pivot line. Now back to the jammer line. So back to square one, it looks like. Udo roll gets called for a forearm penalty. He's going to join Blue Butt for Montreal in the penalty box.
You see Cheese at the front of the pack just giving that excellent offense for Montreal.
So about 6 minutes left in this first half. Rose City 102, Montreal 48.
I believe we've got Falcon Punch in there. Gonna get called as lead jammer for Montreal.
And Beyond Thunderdame jamming for Rose City. And the Thunderdame is going to take a trip to the Mobile penalty box. So power jam here for Falcon Punch.
Falcon Punch trying to get through on that inside line. Then recycled back. But
Falcon Punch and the new Skids. Opportunity here to chip away at that Rose City lead. Of course, those power jams don't last forever.
Unfortunately, we see Maj going to the Mobile penalty box.
And there's Beyond Thunderdame coming out of the penalty box and immediately catching a forearm call. So Thunderdame is going to go right back to the Mobile penalty box. So that power jam is going to keep on rolling. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe power jams do last forever. We'll see.
Yeah. You saw Biggie Smalls, too, at the end of that jam, just giving some excellent offense, too, for Falcon Punch. We are putting up 6 more for Montreal. We've got Rose City at 102, Montreal at 54.
Okay, timeout being called. Oh, an official timeout. Official review. Being called by Rose City. So, as it stands currently, it will be a power jam for the new Skids. Of course, they have 2 blockers in the penalty box. So while it's a power jam, the pack advantage is going to Rose City with a good opportunity to just smother that power jam.
One more reminder, too, about our tournament shirts at XXL's Gatekeepers merch booth. Last opportunity to get a tournament t-shirt with these amazing little logo characters.
So we'll take a moment to shout out a sponsor. You've heard us talk about Arch Real Estate. If you're looking to relocate to St. Louis, Missouri, because you think the Derby is just rad, then hit up Arch Real Estate and get their staff looking for some prime real estate right here in the old St. Louis area.
I believe that was a notification from the ref crew that they did not retain the official review.
All right, so we're going to get this jam started. Power jam for New Skids, as we said. Like Chloe David out there for Montreal. Of course, like I mentioned before, Rose City with the distinct pack advantage, although the New Skids pivot has now been released from the Permobile penalty box. Chloe David getting kind of walk pretty far back there, recycle to the rear. But now the penalty box is clear. So Chloe David is lead, but Beyond Thunder Dame back on the track. Trying to make some quick work here. And a star pass to the Rose City pivot. Maya Plow.
Chloe David calling it off before Rose can score any points. I believe that was 2 up for Montreal, bringing their score, to 56.
So 3 minutes left in this first half. The score still staying right around 50 points. 102 Rose City, Montreal 56. So some consistent scoring here. New Skids going to try to find a way to shrink that gap a little bit. Lauren Much jamming for Rose City. Picking up lead. Donata jamming for New Skids. Cover in hand, trying to find a way past that really strong Rose City defensive formation. Lauren Much come back in. And nice footwork by Lauren Much.
Morgan Levy, unfortunately, going to the Paramobile penalty box. Donata finding some room on the outside lane and then skirting to the inside to avoid that Rose City blocker.
Biggie Smalls catches a forearm call, goes to the penalty box for New Skids. So each team with a blocker in the Permobile penalty box.
Putting up about 9 points for Rose City.
So we're down to a minute in this first half. We'll see if we get more than one jam out of this. Bonnie Thunder's jamming for Rose City. And
When we're in the last jam.
Gruesome Gracie jamming for New Skids. Gruesome Gracie almost picked up lead, but then got a forearm call. So now it's a power jam for Bonnie Thunders, who is lead. So Bonnie Thunder's going to close this one out on a power jam.
Rose City really trying to keep those Montreal blockers as far apart as possible, but their power to recycle is strong.
10 seconds left on the official clock. We got a full minute left on the jam clock.
Bonnie Thunder scoring 4 more points for Rose City.
Bonnie Thunder's going to take this moment to run up that scoreboard, close out this half strong. And Bonnie Thunder's going to call that off, and that's going to bring us to the halftime.
locking those players in the box at intermission is not a favorable for the power jam for Rose City.
And here we go. Exciting stuff. There goes Bonnie Thunders. Racing through that inside line. Quickly grabs lead. Starting off with a bang here.
All right, we've got one of our Montreal blockers. I believe that's Monge back on the court. Taking the star pass.
And Bonnie knows what's up. Bonnie's going to shut it down.
4 points put up for Rose City. That could have been very painful, and it was not.
All right, everyone lined up for the next jam. Both teams at the full strength. No one in the Permobile penalty box. A rarity this weekend. And Lauren Much picking up lead for Rose City with a quickness. Donata jamming for Montreal. Just driving that front Rose City tripod forward. Some bridging now from Stan the Woman. Donata has to walk it back.
Really solid entry from Donata, coming in front of their own wall.
Lauren Much is lead, makes a scoring run. Getting chased down there by Cheese Grater. Manages to get ahead. Lauren Much is going to keep it going.
We have got the star back on Donata, forcing the call off from Rose City, putting up 10 points. You can see just such a positive mindset from the Montreal team coming in and just really making that start just nothing to worry about, and getting on the track and having such a positive attitude on the track.
Yeah, they're keeping it cool, keeping it composed.
We've got
you know what Montreal's not doing is fighting on the bench, so don't get it through your heads that they are.
We've got Beyond Thunderdame jamming for Rose City. Falcon Punch in called lead jammer for Montreal.
Falcon Punch doing some impressive jamming this whole bout. Beyond Thunderdame jamming for Rose City.
Falcon Punch just so strong, hitting through that wall. Putting up 4 for Montreal. That Montreal defense just
doing a
perfectly in the way of those Rose blockers. So Falcon Punch didn't just get through.
Falcon Punch, I think, is going to try to grab.
Putting up yet another
way to get low there from Falcon Punch.
Montreal.
Thunderdame up on their toes. Thunderdame's going to go to the rear pack. Falcon Punch is going to call that one off.
Monge pulling that drawback one more time.
So a nice scoring jam for Montreal, 14. Rose City with 7 points. Looks like it's Zip jamming for Rose City.
And I believe that is Chloe David.
Chloe David jamming for Montreal.
Jamming for Montreal.
Excellent matchup. Ooh, and a race there. Chloe David
getting lead
picking up lead. Being chased down by Mia Palau.
That self-congratulatory eye deflected that hit.
Ooh, and Zip with
hit
a nice
back
little
just
hop
as
there
hard.
on the inside. A track cut being assessed against Montreal's jammer.
Unfortunately, Chloe David got called on a cut track. We've got the pivot in the box as well, being released from that paramobile penalty box. Montreal's defense just so tight and strong. Zip is struggling to get through that pack, looking for their offense.
Montreal's defense quickly swarming in on Zip. Going to shut down this power jam, or at least slow it down. Zip had a little bit of offensive help there, but now Rose City reforms the rear because here comes Chloe David. Oh, and Chloe David immediately picks up another track call. So they're going to go to the Permobile penalty box along with Montreal's pivot. Al Kitraz. Al. Yep. So Zip's going to grab a couple more points as that jam comes to a close. So Rose City answers back with another 14-point jam of their own.
Montreal putting up another point as well, bringing the score to 159 for Rose City, 71 for Montreal.
The Bondi Thunders with a power start here for Rose City. Of course, to no one's surprise, Bondi Thunders quickly grabs that lead position.
Both
And here comes the other new kid skaters out of the penalty box as Bondi Thunders makes a scoring run. Rose City blocker Una Rowe goes to the Permobile penalty box.
Chloe David playing some defense of her own.
Oh, and Bonnie Thunders now picks up a forearm call.
Going to go to the Paramobile penalty box. Unfortunately, Nesbitt Smith going to the Paramobile penalty box as well.
So nice power jam situation here for the new Skids with Rose City with their jammer in the box and also down a blocker. There's Chloe looking for some help from the other new Skids blockers. They get sent to the inside by Una, has to re-engage the pack from the back. And meanwhile, Bonnie Thunder's back on the track with a scoring run.
Four more points for Montreal. It seems three more points for Montreal, bringing Montreal's score up to 74. Rose City at 168.
Some odd scores there from that jam, which kind of would seem like fairly chaotic as much as people were going in and out of that penalty box. But it is empty now. Both teams back up to full strength. New Skids wasting no time as there goes Donata. They're picking up the lead. Lauren Much right behind them. Come flying in that pack. Donata getting recycled to the rear along with Lauren Much. Blockers were having none of that.
We've got direction from both benches as things are very tight on that side of the track.
Kieran Duncan and Chess has so many forearms, and that's true. It's forearm city this weekend.
It's like we lost with 2 blockers at the same time, 1 for each team. That did not keep Lauren much from coming through. Daynata looking to get her blockers out of the penalty box. Daynata threw on the inside line, was able to tiptoe through, get some room.
On a solid hit, sends Lauren much to the track, and that's going to be Alcatraz being sent to the penalty box for it.
Montreal putting up another 3 before calling off that jam. Rose City putting up 12.
Montreal's going to start this one off sans pivot. It's going to be Gruesome Gracie on the jamming line for Montreal. Beyond Thunder Dame for Rose City. And Thunder Dame picks up lead.
Can't see what it is.
Thunder Dame back around. Some very nice footwork.
It is so beautiful to see such delicate footwork with such a loud court.
Oh. And a star pass to Alcatraz. Is going to bring that one to a close. 107-point lead, Rose City 188, Montreal 81. Just over 17 minutes left in this bout. Of course, stick around for next game at 4 o'clock for Aftershocks versus St. Louis Gatekeepers. Official timeout being called. We're going to make a scoreboard adjustment here. Oh, time clock adjustment. Yep, and added a point, bringing it up to 189.81. Putting some seconds back on the clock. Zip jamming for Rose City and Falcon Punch for Montreal.
Falcon Punch not far behind though. Getting through on that inside line.
Zip hitting
Not before Falcon Punch can get a point in there as well. Looks like they were looking for 2 for Rose City, 1 for Montreal on that jam.
Timeout being called by Montreal.
All right, we will take this time to mention, do not forget about our after party at RPM. Like was mentioned earlier, there will be karaoke at 7. Keep that wristband for those drink discounts. We will have our own special party room as well. If your wristband is looking kind of grody and you want a new one, we also have extras, or if you've lost it, we will get you a wristband. Just make sure you get it before you leave this evening for that after party drink discount.
You gotta keep that.
Amazing. So also, not to mention, do not forget to go see XXL over there at that Gatekeepers merch booth to get our tournament shirt this evening. This is your last chance. You've got about 16 minutes till that shirt expires, and you will not be able to get it anymore. go see XXL at that merch booth. And check out all the other merch from all the other visiting leagues over there as well.
Put the camera on. All right, we are back underway. Chloe David jamming for Montreal. Bonnie Thunders for Rose City.
Looks like we had another blocker going to the Paramobile penalty box for Rose. Beautiful little turn on the outside turn there for Bonnie Thunders. Looking to block our friend Chloe David, unsuccessful on that inside line. They're seeing beautiful toe work from Chloe David again on that inside line. Such nice impressive footwork from both jammers.
Bonnie Thunder's going to call it off. Good little twirl. It's all about the twirls.
It is a twirly night. We are dancing out there. Rose City at 195, Montreal at 90.
Kieran Duncan asks, what even is a forearm penalty? Well, it's a penalty you get from forearming, obviously. Ooh, and a hard shot there from Valindra. Picking up lead from Montreal. Star pass to Mia Palau. Jamming for Rose City. And now. We have a down skater on the track. All right, it looks like Cheese Grater is okay. They were able to skate off of the track under their own power. They're going to be checked out by the crack medical team here. All right, we are getting things sorted out. Making sure Cheese Grater's okay. Everyone's lining back up. We got Donata on the jammer line for Montreal and Zip for Rose City.
In the meantime, there's so much love in the chat for Montreal. We've got so many people calling out names. Everyone's getting hyped up. Posting emojis about the after party. Little dancing pizza guy. It's amazing.
People are dancing on the sidelines and the bench is getting warmed up.
We can have dance parties with no music, right?
Right. Well, it's always a dance party if you dance to the beat of your own drum. But
Do you like dancing?
I do. I'm not very good at it, but I never let that stop me.
Are you going to dance at the after party?
No, I'm going to be driving back to Springfield, unfortunately. But I will be there in spirit.
Like a 3.5-hour drive. And then you can dance in Springfield.
That's right.
They got dancing there.
I'll just, do a little shimmy behind the wheel as I'm driving home.
When we went to visit your team, that's all we did. We danced the whole way. Listen to our playlist. Alrighty, it looks like we're going to get started again. I believe we had Daynana and Zip on the line as our jammers. Zip sliced through the middle of that pack.
Zip is lead, making us.
Looks like we are losing a Rose blocker 0-0 Una roll to the Permobile penalty box. We got Daynana up. Lock and Zip from scoring any more points on that jam.
Is it double grab 4 though?
Yeah.
That puts them over the 200 mark. 203 to 90. 14 minutes left in the bout. BA52 asks, there's a Derby team in Springfield, Illinois? No, there's a Derby team in Springfield, Missouri. Where I'm from.
There could be, but we don't know about that one. We've got Falcon Punch out there for Montreal.
All right, and Falcon Punch is lead jammer.
We got two no pack warnings. And Falcon Punch coming through the middle of the pack. Looking for that outside line. Calls it off, but then Stan, the woman, gets a penalty right at the end of that jam. So we're going to start with one blocker per team in the Paramobile penalty box.
Yes, BA52, there are so many Springfields in the USA. We are one of many. Unfortunately, not the one that the Simpsons are from, but it's still pretty cool.
Alrighty, with only 12 minutes left of this game, do not forget to visit your Gatekeepers merch booth to get those tournament t-shirts. Last call on that.
Hey, Montreal picking up the lead right out of the gate. It's Chloe David. Bonnie Thunders jamming for Rose City.
It is excellent watching Chloe David jam and that little celebration of self every time.
And Chloe was happy with that result. Able to grab 4 points and shut it down. Keeping Rose City from scoring.
I'm going to take that into my own gameplay. That is such an amazing, heartwarming celebration of self every time she gets through. All right. We are starting this next jam with
Zip jamming for Rose City. It's like Gruesome Gracie jamming for Montreal. Zip forced to re-engage to the rear of the pack. No lead as of yet, but here comes Zip. And Zip is lead.
We have got a helmet cover pass to our pivot, fighting up the line. That is Alcatraz getting cycled back from 247, but not before getting a forearm penalty, heading to the paramobile penalty box.
Yet another forearm penalty. Just you get a forearm and you get a forearm.
So we are starting this next jam with the pivot for Rose in the penalty box and 2 blockers, 1 standing in the paramobile penalty box for Montreal. We've got Lauren Much for Rose, and I believe that is the Donata.
Yes, it is.
Out there for Montreal.
Lauren Much picks up lead. Of course, Lauren Much comes around for their scoring run. As the pack comes to a standstill.
Much looking for that offense
down
to get through on that outside line, but unfortunately Donata gets through first.
Lauren Much has their eyes on Donata, calling it off right as they approach the pack. So you have less than 10 minutes to go in this bout. Rose City sitting comfortably at 211. Montreal at 98.
Montreal's defense just impressively keeping Rose City from calling, and those star passes just so strategic and perfectly executed throughout the game.
Falcon Punch jamming from Montreal up against Bonnie Thunders for Rose City. And Bonnie Thunders is lead.
Falcon Punch getting through. We hear
Bonnie
from
Thunders
the bench time. We're
scores.
going to run it a little bit. We decided
Calls
to
it
call.
off. I think Falcon Punch managed to steal 2.
Montreal
at 100. Woo!
hitting the century mark on that jam from Falcon Punch at 100 points versus Rose City's 215.
All right, on your way in, Zip jamming once again for Rose City, picking up lead. Chloe David jamming for Montreal.
Chloe David through for Montreal. Zip.
Zip with a nice spin move there. Get through that pack before calling it off.
Picking up 4 for Rose City, bringing that point differential up to 119.
All right, Lauren Much jamming for Rose City. Donata for Montreal. Starting things off right on that jam line. Lauren Much picks up lead.
Lauren Much with a perfect dip on the outside to get through.
Kind of re-engages. Still has to complete their initial pass. Lauren Much on a scoring pass. They're not able to fight their way through. Of course, Lauren Much has tabs on him, calls it off.
Rose City really looking to this last 7 minutes of this game, inch that point differential up as much as possible.
So an impressive showing there by Montreal. All right, we have Bonnie Thunders matched up against Falcon Punch. Falcon Punch just eating a shot there from the Rose City pivot. And Tenacity going to go to the Permobile penalty box.
The packs both speeding up so that Falcon Punch can get through.
Bonnie is lead, but Falcon Punch is hanging in there. Bonnie says, hello, Falcon Punch. I mean, it's like they say, if you're not rubbing, you're not racing. You know what I'm talking about?
Rose City putting up 6 for their league. Montreal with 4 on that pass.
Official timeout. Well, during this official timeout, remind you all of the charity partner for this weekend, Promo, which advances equality and protects the human welfare and civil rights of LGBTQ persons in Missouri through education, advocacy, and collaboration. Promo, of course, envisions a Missouri where everyone has full equality in the hearts and minds of others and in all areas of the law, regardless of sexual orientation, gender identity, or gender. That is Promo, our lovely partner for Sibling Rivalry.
All right, I believe we have Falindra out there for Montreal. And
just
zip.
Kicking this jam off, just whistles, and more whistles.
I was a little confused there with all the whistles, but it looks like we have a power jam for Montreal. Falindra.
Falindra, after a chaotic start to that jam, manages to secure lead. And another forearm call being assessed against
for Tenacity.
The Rose pivot, Tenacity.
Going to the Paramobile penalty box. There is a lot of...
Permobile penalty box is seeing quite the action this entire weekend. So Montreal is going to use their final timeout. About 4.5 minutes left. And, of course, stick around for the bout coming up at 4. San Diego Aftershocks against the St. Louis Gatekeepers.
That is not one that you will want to miss this evening. It's the last game of our weekend.
It is.
Feeling a little sentimental.
It's been a long weekend. I think everyone's a little punchy right now.
A little punchy, a little ready to party.
Well, I said earlier, it feels like the last day of a convention. When
or like summer camp.
Yep, everyone's.
You pretend you're mad at your friends.
Everyone's kind of exhausted.
So you won't be sad.
Tired, but also like having a blast. Everyone's just gonna go out, go wild out at the after party.
We are going to show so much love at that after party. We're so excited to have a great time with you all this evening after our final game. And we are getting back on track here. Chloe David wasting no time, getting lead for Montreal.
Zip jamming for Rose City. That's cover in hand. Zip gets sent to the inside. So walk back to the rear of the pack.
Chloe David able to
immediately
use
finds a
some.
lane.
Oh,
Oh no, and now Chloe David gets called for a track cut, so Zip has a chance at a power jam here.
Chloe David coming back on the track. We have decided that was not.
Oh, okay. Call like overturned. So
Chloe
was
Davis
not awarded a track cut penalty.
Yes, the penalty was rescinded, and Chloe David was given the lead back, able to call it off before Rose scored any points on that one. Putting another 2 points on the board for Montreal.
3 minutes left between the showdown of Rose City and Montreal. Lauren Much jamming for Rose City against Gruesome Gracie jamming for Montreal.
Much is out with lead for Rose City. Taking some offense given by Simonis. Gets those.
Makes a score pass and quickly calls it off.
Yep. Putting up for Rose City. We have a little over 2 minutes left of this game.
And we are underway again. Donata jamming for Montreal against Bonnie Thunders for Rose City. Excellent matchup of jammers. And just with the big hits at the front of the pack. Bonnie Thunders dancing through the front line of Montreal blockers. Montreal falls back, trying to help out Donata.
Looking to try to make that pass possibly to Monge. Monge given some defense on the outside. So Donata kept that star, forcing the call off from Rose. Picking up another 4 points. We are just inching away at the score and inching away at the time as well. We've got 53 seconds left on the clock.
So we are under a minute. This could be the last jam. Falcon Punch. Jamming for Montreal beyond Thunderdame for Rose City. Thunderdame picks up lead. Around. Oh, and Falcon Punch gets caught.
Looking for that inside line.
By Simonis.
Woo. Falcon Punch with another 4 up for Montreal.
Montreal. Rose City calls it.
Keeping that point differential where it's at. So we are at an unofficial score of 245 for Rose City, 112 for Montreal. All right, and that's going to be our final score. You're looking at our last game that we had with Rose versus Montreal. There was a 162-point difference. This one, we're closing out at 133. That is a substantial difference for Montreal in favor of Montreal. So excellent game fought by both teams. You're looking at, you know, Rose City, one of the best teams in the world. We are so lucky to have both of these teams seeing us in little St. Louis. We are so happy to see everyone here. Thank you so much to Rose and Montreal for this lovely weekend. I am Flyby Birdie.
And I am the captain.
And we will